supremacy, which is following Radis, and the last of the fleet. All the bombers have been destroyed. The most important base just bruh, just fucking gone. Um, so they have to move it, and they are able to still like follow them through light speed. And like, oh shit, we need to do something. So they go to Cantonica, and they go to the city Cantobite, and it's a big Bond s set piece with all these aliens, and just gambling is like super Las Vegas, or like Monte Carlo, and to me, I know I've heard a lot of reviewers and people say they do not like it. I enjoyed it, you know, and I think I would like it more watching it a second time, because I'm like, okay, I know what happens in this context. You always see it differently, like second time, first time, what have you. But I thought the scene was a lot of fun. I mean, do I love it as much as like the third act? Hell no. But I still like it, and in no way do I see it as bad. Um, Finn looks upon the abused child and abused animals called fathiers, which are basically like race horses. They have like a track that they race them, and these people make money off the rebel. Oh, I'm sorry. I know this movie says rebels a lot, but technically they're not rebels. They're resistance. But there's also gonna be fans like, well, what's the difference? And I guess it's kind of weird to always say resistant fighter, resistance fighter, resistant, resistor. It is very quick to just say rebels, and there are many of the characters that say it are older, so they remember from 30 years back, and they have that connection. But we see the kid given a ring by Rose, and he starts like thinking about the resistance more. Don't worry, we cut back to that kid. So they save the five heirs. They bump into a Benicio del Toro's character, DJ, who was in the jail, and they escape, and he steals the ship and gets them out of there. I really enjoy DJ. I think he's interesting. I want to see more what he can do. But Benicio del Toro is still one of the best actors out there, hands down. In like everything I've seen him in, he just awesome. And I enjoyed the relationship between not relationship, but kind of butting heads between Holdo and Poe. Now Holdo, we learned in I know maybe I shouldn't bring up books, but in the newest Leia novel, Holdo and Leia used to be friends back in the day. They were both becoming senators in during imperial times, and there's a conflict of mutiny between Poe and her, and I love that. And towards the end of the movie, when the Resistance fighter and Leia and Poe, they all escape to the planet Crate, and Holdo, like, she commits suicide. She gets in the ship. She turns it around. She slices through the supremacy, and oh my god, that's one of the most beautiful visuals in Star Wars. Period. It just took my breath away. Now, at the same time, I mentioned DJ, Finn, Rose, the bringing along BB-8. BB-8, is now he's seriously becoming one of my favorite droids in all Star Wars. I'm not sure if I'm going to give up R2 yet, but I'm really enjoying BB-8, and he helped save our heroes by getting an AT-ST, just blowing stormtroopers and all those niggas away. I know a lot of people are going to be upset about the death of Phasma. I mean, I like the fight she has with Finn, but I don't know if we necessarily need it more. I mean, the movie's not about her, so yeah. The whole like force call between Kylo and Rey, and even back when she was Island, every time it was so interesting, and we're opening up the door to more force abilities. Uh, and Luke has the most interesting new force ability where he can project himself and fight with Kylo Ren towards the end. Kylo Ren had already killed Supreme Leader Snoke, which I absolutely love the whole scenes that Snoke has, and I really appreciate him more. Andy Serkis always kills it with performance, but I liked him a lot more after watching this movie, and even the conflicts he had with Hux and Hux' conflict with Kylo Ren and Kylo Ren destroying his helmet. All of that was just poetic, beautiful. It's like poetry at rhymes. I'm sorry, I had to. I love you, George, but I also have problems with you. Um, but they escape the crate and they start using old equipment used by Rebellion, and this is where Bail put the first like official rebel base on, and it's covered in snow, and but there's it's just red minerals is just all packed in the planet, and the closer you get into the center, the more crystalline it is, and we get a shot of Gareth Edwards on the planet as one of the resistance fighters, and I found out recently that he is actually the grandson of when Gareth Edwards, who directed Rogue One, was also in Rogue One as the guy who pulls down the, I guess, valve or lever to let the Tantive 4 escape when Darth Vader was slicing up niggas. This so much was beautiful. Luke comes down as force projection, and he starts getting lasered down by First Order guerrilla walkers, and just thousands of laser blasts are shot at this man, and what my nigga does that shit. That is the most pimp shit in this movie. I don't care what anybody says. I love that fucking scene. I love that it's part of this universe, and oh my god, goosebumps and a laugh at me at the same time. And it's very interesting because while Luke and Kylo are fighting, Kylo Ren leaves marks pushing around snow. Luke does not, and he also has a lightsaber that was previously, snapped in half when there was a conflict between Rey and Kylo after the death of Snoke, and they kill all the Praetorian guards. The fight with the Praetorian guards. Oh my god, Praetorian guards, you're fucking awesome. I mean, you'll all die, but you're still fucking awesome, and I might have to like see this several times, but their fight with the Praetorian guards, hands down, one of the most badass fight scenes involving lightsabers in the Star Wars, saga so far. It's just orgasmic, man. Like, been a little congested and slightly sick recently, but so I couldn't jump as much, but I'm just like, for like 5 whole minutes. I don't know what I got to say. Like, that's fucking dope. So eventually it's revealed that Luke was just projecting himself, and he beautifully gives himself to the Force, and we see two suns on Octu, just like Obi-Wan when he fell and his cloak was just left, uh, and previously he had a talk with Ghost Yoda. That was awesome. It's great to see, the beautiful puppet back, and he even had some really great lines, and he sounds like he's supposed to. Oh my god. Uh, and Luke was trying to like burn the temple that had these ancient Jedi texts. Rey kept them. Another good object that keeps coming back, other than Rose and Paige's moon necklace, is Han Solo's sabacc dice, which you can really only see in Episode 4, other than this movie, but that is the thing that brought him the Millennium Falcon when he won the sabacc game with Lando Calrissian, and to see it as a memento and knowing that he died, it just that is oh my god. Resistance get on the Falcon. Falcon leaves, and they escape with their lives. And I don't know what how it's going to turn out for Episode 9. JJ, you got a lot of work to get to, but I trust you. But the very last thing that happens in this movie is that we see the kid that used to be beaten by I guess his father, or the space horse owner on Canto Bight, and he grabs the broom with the Force, and he still has the ring, and he holds the broom next to him like his lightsaber. He sees the star go by, and you can feel that even though the Resistance, they suffered heavy losses. They lost Holdo, they lost Admiral Akbar, they lost the car, they lost the Radis, but there's still hope. And even going back to what Yoda said at a certain point, as a ghost said, failure is the most important thing in growth, something like that. But forever in my mind, this kid might get a canon name, but forever in my mind, he is Broom Kid. I'm not going to take credit for that joke. I heard it from it was a Collider videos, but I can't wait to see what they're going to do next. This movie blew my mind and gave me more anticipation for future films than practically ever before. So I'm going to watch it again, but at this point, I'm going to say either this movie will rank for me at A or A+. I still have to see it again because, there's a lot of information you might not grasp, and, sometimes it can be weird to try to, like, grasp into certain information, but, either this is going to land A or A+, and, and I'm not sure where I'll rank this with movies, but, pretty much any movie that Disney could fucking make is well beyond the prequels and everything they have has definitely done that for me. I can at least promise that. But tell me what y'all think. I just really enjoyed this movie and made me cry so much, and also seeing not only Carrie Fisher but also her hollow message from the first movie. So Spoiler Krypton Critics, I love you, and may the Force be with you.